Hello friends, welcome to Astro-Pearl, your channel on KP Astrology, and today we'll be talking about an interesting topic called loss of articles and recovery. Let us see the scenario. Let's see a situation. You misplace your phone or car keys or important papers and you are going for a meeting. Feel that rush of panic and the frantic search that follows. There's another one. Let's see, like a jewelry gone missing from your dressing table, or car or bike vanished from its parking spot. The unsettling suspicion and sleepless nights that ensue. Here, the astrology insights and directions for recovering your lost belongings are of immense help. The pertinent questions did I really misplace it, or is it stolen, or perhaps the article is in the house itself. Then the next question will naturally come to astrologer is, can I get my article back, and if yes, when? Where should I start looking for it? Or if it is stolen, who could be the thief? Whom should I approach for help? Whether it's police or my friend circle, or what should I do? Should I disable my mobile if it is stolen by contacting service provider, or should I approach police? Which direction should I start looking for my lost ornament? These are very pertinent questions when either you misplace something or you are somewhere sure that it is stolen. Once a person comes with that kind of query to an astrologer, then what astrologer should do is, astrologer will definitely cast either a time chart or will ask for a KP number from the querent and then cast a chart. So when the astrologer actually starts working on the chart, that time and that place, as you know in KP Astrology, should be considered, and not the place, not necessarily the place when the question is given. So start interpretation of the chart, of course the horary chart or the number chart, and then the next question comes, now what this moon, the ascendant and the 7th house, they represent in this chart. So in this chart, moon represents the article which is lost. If it is a jewelry or piece of paper, or if it is your mobile, that is the article which you are talking about, and it is represented through moon, placement of moon. Then ascendant or lagna, what does it represent? It represents the person who is querying, who is putting the question to an astrologer. The 7th house represent the thief for theft cases. So you are aware about how to interpret the horary chart, that is whether it is a time chart or the number chart. Number one is look at the moon connectivity. That means the moon should be connected to a house which represents your article. For example, 3rd house represents document, 2nd house represents the jewelry, gold, etc. 4th represent the bike, car, automobile, 5th for music, sports, so like that. So these are the houses, and obviously 11th house for success, that for recovery of the article, and 12th house means it is lost. So now very interesting thing here is, finding article is a totally different thing and finding thief is totally different thing. What we normally perceive is, when we find an article, we will get to the thief as well, but that is not true. For example, locating the thief doesn't always mean recovering the stolen item and vice versa. Sometimes thief is found, but the articles he has already sold out, so there is no question of getting the articles back. But you may able to trace the thief and probably lodge a complaint also. But sometimes you may get your article back, but there is no trace of thief. Sometimes the thief may keep back your article, or it is in such a condition like a lost scooter whose wheel and engine they are removed. Basically you get the article, but its value has come down drastically. These things happen. Now, which are the astrological houses for mapping the lost article? Let us see one by one. How do we do that? A couple of minutes back we have discussed on this. Like in traditional astrology, second house is for all movable articles, and in KP astrology we use different houses. We don't use only the second house. Second house we use for gold, cash, valuables. Third house we use for sale deeds, documents, tickets, books, communication device such as mobile phones, computers, etc. We use fourth house for car, furniture, bikes, scooters. Fifth house for entertainment devices such as music system, video players, iPods, sports goods, TV, projector, puja article, because the puja is being we interpret through the fifth house. Sixth house for pets, etc. Suppose your pet cat is lost, then you will look from the sixth house. So the clue about article's current location, as we talked about, is given by the moon's position. The moon's position in the casted chart shows the article. Now, if moon is in human sign, it is in a place where people frequent. If it is in the signs of animals, it is where you might find small animals. If moon is in fiery sign, it is near heat or fire or some kitchen, somewhere warm and dry. If it is in a watery sign, it is in some place cold and damp or near water. So this is the way we interpret and add value to various clues which you are getting, I can say. Then the next kind of assessment about the article is if moon is in angular houses. We call in Indian system Kendra Sthana. These are the houses like ascendant, descendant, 4th house and 10th house. So 1, 4, 7 and 10 in these houses, they are also called angular houses. The recovery of the article is easy and fast, as most of the times the article is found in the same place. On the other hand, if moon is in ascendant, like they are also called Panifar houses, like the house number 2, 5, 8 and 11, then recovery process is bit slow. And if moon is in cadent houses like 3rd house, 6th house, 9th and 12th, recovery happens but after a very long time. Okay. Next is the correlation of moon and other planets. We already explained that moon represents the article. So if the article, that is moon, is alone in that house, then article is not mixed with other articles. If moon is along with other planets, naturally the article is mixed with other things. That is the interpretation. Now the astrological houses for theft cases. Now what is theft? Is the loss. So 12th house is the house for loss. 7th house, as earlier we discussed, is the house where we look for the thief. 7th house. Okay, the 5th house is the thief's gain or his 11th house. And when thief keeps possession of the article, which is your article, stolen by him or her, in that case the 8th house of the chart, the time chart or the number chart, will operate. So for house number 12, 7, 5, 8, these are the houses we look for theft, and then the thief keeping the article and thereby gaining from it. Then the houses for recovery are naturally the 12th house from the thief's house. Like the 6th house will be the 12th from the 7th, that is from the thief. Okay, the second house is for you to regain the property to the querent. Then 11th house is the recovery or profit to the querent. It's a recovery basically. The property on the other hand is permanently lost if the lords of 2nd and 11th are in the constellation of 5, 8 and 12. As we already said, 5th house and 8th house are beneficial houses to the thief because it is thief's 11th and thief's 2nd house. And of course the 12th house means it is lost to you. So if 5 or 8 or 12 or all three operates, then the property is lost. This is as simple as that. Then how do we get more details about thief? So here 7th house indicates thief and 7th sublord, its aspects, conjunction and the sign in which it is placed gives details of the thief. Now 7th sublord, if it is Mercury, the thief is very young. If it's Venus, probably the thief is a lady. Mars, youngest person. Jupiter, a middle-aged person, and Saturn, old-aged person. So these are some clues. The direction in which the thief might have left is, now as you know, you have to check the 7th house sublord. If 7th house sublord, the thief, if it is an ascendant, then the thief has gone to the eastern direction. You got it? Ascendant represents east, 7th house represents west, 4th north and 10th house represents south. So accordingly you have to judge. If it is in between 2nd and 3rd house, thief might have gone to the northeastern side. Now how do we find out whether we can recover the article or we cannot recover the article? Now here is the rule, the Krishnamurti Paddhati rule for recovery of the article. So 11th sublord, please pay attention that 11th sublord should not be in the retrograde star, and simultaneously it should signify the lost article's house or 11th house itself. For example, you lost your mobile and then you are finding out whether you can recover it. So for recovery of mobile phone, 11th sublord should signify either 11th house or 3rd house, and it should not be in the star which is retrograde at that moment of casting the chart. Now similarly, 11th sublord, if it is not signifying either 3 or 11, but on the other hand, if it is signifying 12th house, then the article is permanently lost. It is not possible to get it back. Now, ruling planets, RPs, and significators of house 2, 6 and 11, if they match, then certainly the article is likely to be found. This is one more clue. Similarly, if the ruling planets are only pointing to 5, 8, 12, the article is lost. So 11th sublord if is found in the ruling, then the chances, it is an observation, chances of recovery of that article is very, very fast. Now, once we know that we can recover the article, in that case, when is the question? Timing of recovery. So here, the step number 1 is find out the significators of the article house and 11th house. That means, again, let us take an example of mobile phone. Mobile phone, the house is for the house of communication. That means 3rd house and 11th house. Step number 2, in the conjoined periods of the significators of now 3rd and 11th, the article will be recovered. Now find the DBAs signifying the article's house, in this example mobile, 3rd house and 11th house, and lastly the transit of sun, that is the luminaries, sun and moon, followed by ascendant, to pinpoint the period of recovery. So these are the steps by which you can time the recovery. The speed of recovery, it depends on the ascendant sign. Now if the ascendant is in a movable sign, Chara Lagna, then naturally the recovery will be faster. You can get the article in really few hours or within a day or two. On the other hand, if it is placed in a fixed sign, then the recovery process is very slow, and if it is in dual sign, then extremely slow. So we discussed about the article loss and recovery, and also discuss about the how to trace the thief, what are the clues and which direction the thief might have gone, whether you will get the article in 100% the same condition in which it was lost, etc. I hope definitely this presentation will be useful to you, and this is very, you can, as an KP astrologer, with this set of knowledge, you can test it on number of cases, because it's a very common kind of scenario, whether a person is either forgetting something like car keys, like his important papers, or really they lost something, and when they start looking and they don't get, they panic because of the time pressure, or they have some preconceived notions, and then they start suspecting somebody, which may lead to another different kind of situation. So I once again thank you for watching this presentation video on loss of article, and I look forward to see you in another video in our channel Astro-Pearl.